What's up, DBS community? Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Super video here with Cow Chris, and today I'm going to be going over a fun yellow-blue Boujack list that I kind of came up with going into set 13. And I do think it's a fun list. I don't think it is top tier by any means, but the list can catch some people off guard if they're not really sure how to play against it. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, let me know what you guys think of the list, hit the bell for all notifications. We do post videos weekly on the channel. And we'll get right into the deck profile. So the leader is a very strange leader, mainly because this leader does not draw, does not restand energy, doesn't do anything when it awakens, actually doesn't do anything when it attacks. But it is a Boujack leader, and it does actually work with some of the new stuff. I think it's pretty interesting. So, Auto, whenever you play a Boujack Brigade card, and I'm just going to refer to them for the entire video as Space Pirates, just to make it a little bit easier. So whenever you play a Space Pirate, you draw a card, and then on this side you gain 5k for the turn. And this can be on your opponent's turn or on your turn. And you can combo, if you combo on your turn, 2 Space Pirates from your board, you get to KO a battle card in Rust mode. That's only on your turn. Now when you awaken, you don't actually do anything. You don't draw, you don't restand energy, which is why the leader is not great. But on this side, same effect with the draw from Space Pirates. You can combo two Space Pirates to KO something on your turn. And now you can combo with Space Pirates when they're in rest mode, which is very, very cool. So, go to the deck here. So we'll start with the little yellows. So we have for the Boujack, for Zenga, and for Beto. So these are the original trio that you play in the old Boujack deck, and we still play them in this deck because they are very viable and we like to have high ratios. So Boujack, all of these technically have unique. They have a permanent that says there can only be one of these in the battle area. So technically it has a keyword of unique. Now this card, when you play this card, you get to play out a 2-drop or less from your hand. And I'm going to fix my camera here. I apologize. Camera's doing this weird pulsating thing. Okay. So, Boujack, when you play him, you get to play a 2 or less from your hand for free. A Space Pirate 2 or less from your hand. You can combo with him in the battle area, and you get to tap a battle card. So essentially, he's like a mini Zamasu super combo. Zenga, which is your primary target off of the Boujack, you play Zenga, and then Zenga searches your deck to play a 1-cost Space Pirate, and then you shuffle. And then you have an activate main where you can put this card in the drop area to give a Boujack card in your battle area a crit for the turn. Make sure it says in the battle area. Yep, so it says in the battle area. So you can't choose your leader, or else this card would be even better. But you can choose Boujack cards, and obviously we play Boujack cards in this deck. Beto, which is your main target off of Zenga. Beto is a top 5 searcher, where you get to add 1 Space Pirate to your hand. No energy cost, no energy color requirement. You just grab 1 Space Pirate. And then it has activate main. You can put this card in the drop area from the battle area to then add 5 Space Pirates with energy cost of 2 or less from your drop area back into your deck and shuffle. This is very helpful. We don't run a ton of Overwhelm in the deck because we want to cycle these cards back into the deck. So essentially what you can do is if you have 4 cards you can bounce back, you bounce this to the drop area, choose this, and then 4 cards, and then add them all back to your deck, and then shuffle. So pretty unique there. So the play that you generally would do, you would play Boujack out turn 1, draw off your leader ability, and then Boujack will play out Zenga from your hand. Then Zenga will play out Beto from your deck. Beto will then allow you to draw 1 extra card. Essentially, since we play a lot of Boujack Space Pirates in the deck. And then essentially you're drawing 2 cards for 1 energy and then gaining 5k. So, pretty unique. So that's the main package that came from the older sets. And I got some of my cards mixed up here. We have stuff from the new set. We have 2 Betos and 2 Gokuas. These are also 1-drops. These came out of set 13. And both of these can be played off of Beto. Both of these can be played off of Zenga. Both of these can be searched off of Beto. So you have these cards just work with the deck perfectly. Beto is a draw 1 when you play it. So you can play Boujack, draw a card, play Zenga, play Beto out, draw a card. That's pretty cool. This card also has an effect for one colorless. You can give this card double strike and 11k until the start of your next main phase. So essentially, what you can do is you can play him to draw a card, pop your Zanga to give him crit, and now he becomes a 15k dual attack. I mean, a 15k double strike crit for the turn. Pretty effective for a very, very small battle card. Now Goku is kind of like a mini Bido. Goku allows you to search top 5 for a space pirate with an energy cost of 3 or less, or a blue unison with energy cost of 4. Now, obviously, we're not running a blue unison in this deck, but you can search out any of your 3-drop or less. So it's a little bit of a worse version of the Bido, but we play this card because we do want to charge 1 blue energy later on in the game, maybe. But also just gives us another target that we can use off of these cards here. And then he also has the same sort of effect, but instead of getting double strike, he gets crit. So you have your double strike guy and your crit guy. And we play 1 Violent Rush Zanga. This is from the expansion pack. This also can be chosen off of your Bulgin effect. So if you already have this Zanga on board, you can play this Zanga. When you combo with this Zanga, she becomes a 10k. And then after you combo with her from the battle area, she goes back to your hand. So she can be at the minimum of 15k combo. You can combo her from the battle area to be a pseudo super combo, add her back to the hand, and then combo with her again for 5. So that kind of does it for the 1 and 2 drops. And then to round out the batch, we run 2 Arrival of the Space Pirates. This is an extra card that allows us to play out 1 2 or less Space Pirate from our deck in rest mode. So if we don't hit, preferably you want to hit this in your first hand. So if you hit this, but you don't have this, if you hit this, but you don't have the Bulgin, you can use this to then play out the Bulgin from your deck to draw a card, and then to play out your Zanga, and then you go into your Bido. Or if you have this in your hand, but not this, you can play this to play this guy out to play Bido, and then you save your Bulgin for later on. It just gives you another target. You also can play out the, you also can play out any of these as well. So it has tons of targets in the deck. So next line is going to be our Aegis package. So 4 super combos. Disregard the different color sleeves, or just have them for other decks. So I didn't take off all the sleeves. 4 of the Arrival Bojacks, and 3 of the other Arrival Bojack. This is a good portion of the multicolor that we run in the deck. Both of these are searchable off of the Bido. Both of these count as Space Pirates. So when you play these on your opponent's turn, you also get to draw a card as well. So that is very helpful. So you play Bulgin on your turn to do whatever. Your opponent's turn, you play this Bojack or this Bojack, and now you get to draw another card. And then you do technically gain 5k. So if your opponent's swinging at you with a bunch of 10ks, or just give you extra 5k combo power for the turn. This Bojack has Barrier and Aegis. You pitch a blue-yellow card or a blue and a yellow card to activate Aegis, which you get to restand 2 energy of your choice, and then draw a card because you activated Aegis. This card, play it out, it's a 20k blocker, taps a battle card, and then makes your opponent mill a card. Also counts as a Space Pirate, so you get to draw a card as well. Like I said, both of these are also searchable off of this Bido here. Not so much off of the Goku down here. And the last multicolor card we run in the deck is going to be the Trio to Danger Dog. We run this because we do have the ability to play out a lot of cards. And this is preferably why I like to charge 1 blue, because I can play this guy out for 1 blue, 1 yellow. Your opponent has more than 2 energy, and you have more than 2 blue and or yellow battle cards on board. You can play him out for 2. 20k double strike deflect. When he attacks a battle card or a unison, your opponent can activate counter skills. And then if he removes a marker from a unison, you get to simply negate that card's skills then for the turn, for your opponent's turn. Extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. Also, it's also a good charge target too. If you're playing against a slow deck, you have one of these, just charge it and then just pass. Because then on your next turn, you'll at least have access to blue and yellow. So you won't have to charge a blue basically for the rest of the game. You can just charge yellow. For some battle card negates, I run 2 of the Bojacks and 2 Bulgin the Commando. So Bojack is the promo that came out forever ago for this deck. If you have a multicolor card in your energy, he becomes a 1 cost, which is why we want to charge one of these. Or the Bojack, doesn't matter. The 1-drop negate, and then your opponent mills a card. Pretty good. This guy It's a 1-cost blue negate. You can activate him from your energy by paying him from your energy, and then pitching 1 card from your hand, and then you get to ramp the top card of your deck into your energy in rest mode, or you just cast him from your hand for 1 blue. This is good. This is a good target if you are going to play a blue energy. You just play this, and then your opponent really can't do anything. So this is also very, very good as well. It just gives us 2 blue and 2 yellow negates that we can use. 3 light bullet. So this is better in the deck than Flying Nimbus. It's a negate. You get to choose 2 of your battle cards and switch them to rest mode. If you do, your opponent can only attack with 1 more battle card for the turn. The reason why this is better, because you can just tap 2 of these, and then you can combo with any of your space pirates when they're in rest mode. So if your opponent swings the battle card, you negate, you tap 2 of these, your opponent swings with your leader, then you can just combo with these from your battle area in rest mode. This card can tap a battle card, and then this card just gains 5k. So this card would gain 5k, but you can combo with this just for 5k. So you can combo with basically any of these cards, except for this, while they're in rest mode. That's pretty good. That's really good. It just gives you the ability to open up space a little bit, and makes it so that even if your opponent taps something, or if you have something in rest mode, you still have the ability to combo with it. It kind of makes you like an early version of Dark Broly, in a sense. So the most important card in the deck is Boujack Galactic Disruptor. So this is another expansion card. It is a 3-drop 15k. Activate main. If you have 2 or more energy, you can play this. You can pitch this card from your hand to then flip your leader over and then draw 2 cards. This allows you to self-awaken, basically. Now you can only do it if your leader is yellow on the front side, and I think it's the only. Yeah, that's the only requirement. So you get to flip them over to the back side and then draw 2. So essentially, it lets you to awaken on turn 2 every single game, as long as you have it in your hand. That's really good. A good play is to play Bulgin, draw a card, do all your stuff. So make sure you get your draw for the turn. Awaken, draw 2, and then play a Beto out or a Goku out. So that way you get to draw another card off your leader ability and then search the deck for another card. So essentially on your Awaken turn, you can draw 6 cards, and that's pretty big for a deck that doesn't have the ability to draw when it attacks. So you also can play the card out for free if you have 2 Space Pirates on board, and that also comes into play obviously for the boss monsters. So I run 2 of the 8-drop and 2 of the yellow 8-drop and the blue 8-drop. So this is the new card that came out of set 13. This is the SR that came out of the what set? Destroyer Kings? Yeah, Destroyer Kings. So they're both X-Evolve targets. This guy is a 4-cost, 3 yellow and one just colorless color. You evolve on top of a 3-cost Boujack. So you can evolve on top of this guy or the negate. When this card comes into play, if you have more than 5 energy, or if you have more than 5 life, excuse me, you choose all of your opponent's cards and switch them to rest mode. This is cards, so this is leader, unison, battle cards, and energy. And then if your opponent when your opponent restands an energy, or when your opponent switches a card from rest mode to active mode, they choose 1 card in their hand and send it to the warp. The reason why this is effective is because this is not by a skill, this is by anything. So this is also by game mechanic. Going by Bandai's ruling. So when your opponent starts their charge phase and they switch all of their cards to active mode, because you have to do that, they warp that many cards from their hand. So if they have 8 cards in rest mode, they restand all 8, they now warp 8 cards from their hand. That's extremely powerful. This is why this is one of the best boss monsters ever printed. Problem is that it is, has no defense, which it's good. It shouldn't have any defense. The only thing that really messes up this card is going to be blue decks with God Sealing. But this card comes down, does that. Then you have an effect where you can pop a Space Pirate on board to give him dual attack, and he's 25k. You also can pop Zenga to give him crit to make him dual attack, crit 25k for the turn. That's pretty good. Then you have this guy here, Boujack on a rampage. He has a 30k dual attack, double strike. You have the ability to combo him out for 5 energy in this deck, and to play him out, which is just not. Obviously, we're not going to do that, but you have the ability to X-Evolve. And he X-Evolves on top of a Boujack card of energy cost 3 or 4. So you have these 4, these 2, and then your Agent of Destruction Boujack because it does count as a Boujack card. So he have on top of any of these for 5 energy, and you get to draw 2 cards. And then he's dual attack, double strike. Now you can pop Zanga to make him 30k dual attack, double strike crit. Also, when he's in rest mode, when one of your opponent's cards attacks, you get to switch one of your blue energy to active mode and tap one of their energy. That's pretty cool. This is kind of a backup. Generally, the idea is to play enough defense so you can get this guy out. Once you get this guy out, you just pass. Your opponent warps their whole hand. Then next turn, you play this guy out, give him crit, and then swing for 4 damage, and then you just kind of win the game. And then we do, the secret rare we ran is the Heroine's Lineage, just because it is probably the best one to play for anything that's blue-yellow. So the idea of this deck, it lacks, I don't know, it lacks something. The deck, if you're playing any decks that have, decent counterplays, which is most decks nowadays, the deck kind of falls apart. It's really hard to get this guy out, or these. Just because your opponent can, they can Charismatic Villain, they can, God Sealing, they can play any of the other counter plays that hits 4 or lesses or 3 or lesses. So it hits a lot of stuff. So the deck's not preferably the greatest, but the deck is really fun to play. But this is a list that I have for you guys. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the deck down below. Let me know if there's any yellow decks you guys want me to make a deck for in the future. Or if there's any decks in general you guys are interested in. I would like to look at them and see what I can do for you guys. But as always, hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys in the next video.